Okay, it says I'm live. Here we go in the background. I should be live. Alright, what's up? I'm back, I'm streaming. So, I haven't done this in a while. And there's good reasons for that. I mean, I've been, like, pretty busy. And I never really did it that much in the first place, so whatever, right? But, yeah, today I decided to just kind of go live, start streaming again. I got a cat at my feet. That's nice. And today I'm going to be learning some Japanese. What did I put my title to again? This is learning Japanese. I think I'm learning Japanese. I really think so. That's what it should be. Pretty sure I put it to that. Let me just make sure. Oop. Yep. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be going through different sources on the internet. I'm going to be looking for Japanese sentences, preferably interesting ones, and I'm going to be putting them into this program here, Anki. So anyone who is pretty familiar with language learning is going to realize that this is... Oh, it pops up in a new window. This is basically a method that I ripped off from Matt versus Japan. I'm pretty sure he got it from somewhere else as well. Basically, though, his approach is like sort of two pillars. You have immersion, which is just listening to the language constantly. And then you have spaced repetition, which is what this is. And with spaced repetition, he says he prefers sentences, which is something I have not really done before. Previously, I just focused on words, and honestly, I have not really been very consistent with spaced repetition. But I intend to change that, or at least try. For about the next hour, I'm going to be sort of looking for Japanese sentences that seem interesting, and I'll be going through those. So these are two example sentences that I made up yesterday. This one, see if you can figure out where that one's from. A meme that's been popular recently. It's the Dame dane, dame yo, dame nana yo. Really bad sentence to start off with, actually, because it's just like, yeah, it's no use. Dame means sort of hopeless, useless. But it's a good example of like what I'm going to be doing, and actually I think there's probably more to be mined from this sentence, because I see this like dane, yo, nano yo, like these are all sort of unique things that I don't really know how to translate. So eventually, I don't know, it's tough, because like if it's a word like dame, I've got this website right here where I can just search, what does dame mean? It means no good, not serving its purpose, useless, broken, or secondarily hopeless, which I think is what it means in this context. But for stuff like this dane and yo and nano yo, I'm not sure whether these would technically be considered particles. Probably some of them are, some of them aren't. But yeah, you can't search multiple words in here. If I try to search nanoyo, it's not going to come up with anything, I'm sure. No. It's just, yeah. It's searching for no. So I need to refine my process here a little bit. And then I've got this handy dandy thing that I clipped from Wikipedia. This little chart here. Just so that I can quickly and easily identify what I'm doing. And then my other thing here is from Shin Takarajima, the song. So, yeah. Pulling from songs, I think, is kind of a bad idea. But I did it for these two just because that's what I could think of at the moment. But it's a bad idea because, like, you know, in songs you kind of tend to bend grammar a little bit to you know, achieve a certain effect. And I think that's probably going on in both of these to some extent. But it could be still useful for, like, words like dame. I didn't know that word before, so if I practice that one, I'll know that one. And then this one I mostly did because this long word at the back here, hikitsuzuketa, didn't know what the fuck that meant, so I wanted to search that up. And I didn't really come to a convincing conclusion. I think it's maybe two words that have been smashed together. I think hiki means something like pulling, and then tsuzuketa means like to the next, something like that. But yeah, I'll try and find some better examples right about now. I think that's enough of an introduction. So where am I going to get some examples from? There's a couple of options. The main criteria is that it needs to be, like, subtitled and preferably voiced as well, but I'm not going to be going to the trouble of that. Yeah, that. Not quite like that. I'm not going to be going to the trouble of clipping out any audio for this. I mean, it just seems like a little too much for this sort of thing. It needs to be subtitled in Japanese, which is a little tough. So my first idea was to search up seiyuu, which is voice actors, and just see, like, I know these have English subtitles. I don't know how loud this is on stream. Yeah, so I'm going to try and make sure that's relatively... Okay, I'm going to try and make sure that's relatively low volume. What I want here is I want Japanese subtitles. So we have auto-generated Japanese subtitles, but that's, you know, you can't trust that. If you go down, all these comments are in English because this is a English subtitled video. So what I really want is I want Japanese subtitled Japanese television or whatever. I'm trying not to go for anime particularly, just because, I don't know, because I don't want to, I guess. Okay, well, this has some Japanese in the title. See what that means. My Hero Academia, okay. Not particularly interested in that. Try and, like, maybe if I type it in Japanese. I don't know if that's the correct spelling of seiyuu, but if I type it in Japanese, there's a chance that we'll have, like, some subtitled stuff. I wonder how you say subtitle in Japanese. Yeah, I don't want this on auto-generated stuff. I want full subtitles. So probably like the easier way to do this would be to go to like Crunchyroll or something and get a, because they usually have subtitles for like actual anime. But I don't particularly want to watch anime right now. Or ever. Here we go. This looks promising. Although I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. But let's just try and see. Oh boy, and this is why you don't use... This is why you don't use Google Translate, because that's a bunch of garbage. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a problem I have with learning Japanese is you get a bunch of weeb shit. I was thinking about trying to, like, include something in the title about, like non-weeb Japanese learning. It's not so common. Most people that learn Japanese are weebs, and they want to learn Japanese so that they can understand anime. I'm thinking this is like the exact same sort of thing. So the other idea I had was to look at VTubers, because that's what I actually like. And VTubers are good because they speak like actual Japanese. So the sentences are going to make sense. But we run into the same problem there where there's usually no Japanese subtitles. So I might have to just abandon my idea of not using auto-generated subtitles. And also I should probably look a little harder at this stuff, so. I just like, what is this Mickey Mouse voice? And the other problem with this is that because I don't speak Japanese, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. So it becomes a little difficult to know, like, should I try and copy this out? Also because there's kanji, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to. The other option, I guess, is to go down into the comments and pick out sentences. But I think the problem with that is that these aren't going to be like complete full sentences. Nobody does that. Nobody types in complete grammatically correct sentences. Oh, there was also it. I forgot to switch off of the Japanese keyboard. Am I in caps lock now? Okay. There's a channel called Easy Japanese, which has interviews. Okay, yeah. This is probably what I should have done from the beginning. Easy languages. Yeah. So if we go into this, I want to look for sentences that are like relatively short, have some sort of interesting aspect to them. I don't know all the words to. So something like this might not be too bad. And I think it is just about time for me to actually make some new cards. So I think I have to go here, add cards. Yep. So we have here. And I want to try and type these out in Japanese as well as in English. So I'm not going to include the or e or whatever that is. Fudan dona donna. There we go. Toki. Toki ni shiawase. Shiawase. Okay. Toki. And then I want to... Nope. See? This is what I don't like about writing in Japanese, is that you have to like make sure you're not accidentally typing kanji that doesn't make any sense. Toki ni shiawase, which is going to be that. Wo kanji masu ka? Wo kanji masu ka? And that does look to be correct. Okay. So, back to English. Below that, I write the romanji. Fudan dona toki ni shiawase wo kanjimasu ka? Right, so there's the sentence, and then the translation is, when do you feel happy normally? When do you feel happy normally? Alright, and then I like to put underneath that some like keywords in that sentence that I don't know yet. So this is where I'm going to break down this sentence and try and find, like, you know, what each word means, what's the structure of the sentence. Like, I already know that masuka is like asking a question. Which makes sense in this context. But like, what about Fudan dona? Right? This type of stuff. So I'm gonna search Fudan. Fudan. So that's like normally, usually. Great. So it says, when do you feel happy normally? But this time the normally is at the beginning of the sentence. Fudan dona? Interesting. What kind of? Fudan dona. So normally, what kind of? But that could be misleading. I'm not sure. Toki? Isn't Toki like... I'm thinking of Tori, which is bird. Toki. time, hour, moment. So I think, okay, so what do we have? We have futan do no toki. So futan is normally. Dona is a little complicated. Normally what time? When do you feel happy normally is the English translation. So normally at what time shiawase wo kanjimasu ka? So I'm guessing shiawase is shiawase, not wasuke. I'm guessing shiawase. I just did the same exact thing, didn't I? Shiawase. I'm guessing that's happy. Yeah. So shiawase, happy. Wo kanjimasu ka? So I'm thinking kanji is probably feel. Kanji, feeling, sense, impression. Sure. Kanji, and it's using that kanji. See, that's what I was thinking when I read that sentence. Is kanji is in like the writing, but I have heard kanji in a different context before. So fudan do no toki is sort of like at what time normally, and then ni. So ni is a particle of some sort. Where's my particle list? I have. This one's not bad. So ni. Ni is time. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So, fudan, normally, dona, toki. Dona toki is like at what time, I guess. And then ni is the particle for time. So, fudan dona toki ni, shiawase wo, I learned German at one point, and I sometimes pronounce my W's as V's. Shiawase wo kanjimasu ka? And I'll go back and listen to how they actually said it. But so shiawase is happiness. Wo kanjimasu ka? Kanji being feeling. So, and then feel like as in the verb. And then masu ka is like a question. Although, this is one of those grammar things that I'm not totally confident in. But I think for this one, the key points that I want to emphasize are fudan dona toki. Dona toki. Not plus, equals. At what time normally? So, interestingly, when they translate it as when do you feel happy normally, I wonder if that's like kind of a compromise. Because when I read that, I wonder like, I think of like, in what situation do you feel happy normally? Although technically it does mean like at what time do you feel happy. So, interesting. Anyway, if I take this long on each card, I'm going to be here all day. So I want to just... Dono toki ni. Fudan dono toki ni. She says it quite quickly there. Yeah, so that's a good one. One down. I need 20 of these to be able to start doing it. Did that card get properly added? There it is. Okay. So I think Toki is going to be a recurring theme here. And Toki is relating to time, so that makes sense. So it does seem like it works in the same way as I was saying before about like when do you feel happy normally is like in what situation do you feel happy normally. It feels like that's pretty like that translates because they're all talking about like when I eat lots of sweet stuff like that. Okay. I want to do this one because listening to music and going to concerts are two things that I like to do as well, so it would be useful to be able to say that. Alright. 音楽聴いたりライブ行ったいたりするときですね。Okay, so this one's not right. This one's an answer, not a question, so it's not this guy. そうですね。音楽聴いたり OK 音楽聴いたりthat oneライブas in live. Okay, I need to switch to I thought there was a way to do that quickly, but maybe not. I need to switch to katakana raibu. And back to hiragana. There's probably a quick way to do this. Raibu itari suru. Itari suru. Toki ですね。Toki. Toki. Did I do that wrong? Toki するときですね。Toki ですね。Okay. Okay. 音楽来たり。音楽来たり。Live, and in parentheses there, I'm going to put live. Live. Itari. Suru. Toki. Desu ne. Almost spilled my coffee. Alrighty then. On the back of the card, it's going to say, it's when listening to music and going to concerts. When listening to music and going to concerts. Right. And then below that, we mine the sentence a bit more. So, I wonder if this is going to be a slightly odd one to translate because it's not. It's when listening to music and going to concerts is kind of a weird sentence. It doesn't have like a, what do they call it? Like a subject? Or would it be an object? I'm not sure. Either way, I should be able to get some sort of meaning out of it. Ongaku. Let's start with that. Ongaku. Music. Straight up. Pretty easy. Ongaku. Ongaku kitari. 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 No? Nothing? Kiitari. Uh-huh. Kitari. Kitari. Interesting. Why don't I get any results for that? Let's try typing it in Japanese. Not in katakana, thank you. Kitari. And use that as well. Ah, tari being a particle. Interesting. Interesting. They have it as one word in the Romanji. So ki is to hear, and that is in some other sort of kita, probably this, past. So that's ki, okay, so that's kiku in the past tense. Kita. And then, okay, but this is weird. Kitari. And then tari is sort of an ongoing sort of particle. Kitari, so, I think there's more going on there, but it's just a little above my level. Kitari. I wonder if... Okay, so this is a case where I'm actually going to go to Google Translate. And even though this is... You know, Google Translate is not... back. I thought I was back on that. Even though Google Translate's not great, if you're just doing short phrases, it's usually fine. Angaku okiku. So that's pretty close to what we already had, which is ongaku kitari. Aha. Itari. Kitari raibu. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's because it's live. Maybe that changes how it's conjugated. Huh. Kiku. Also, that's O, but I don't know. O and wo, I don't remember. Okay, well, I'm going to say on ga ku o kiku equals listening to music. And then itari suru, raibu itari suru. Raibu itari suru. ライブ、itari, itari, 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 kitari. No? It's got to be related to that. Itari. Suru. Obviously this Jisho doesn't really do like multiple go and go. Okay, well, that's not very helpful. Anyway, suru. To do, to carry out, perform. I'm thinking itari suru basically just means go, like go to a thing. Itari suru toki. Maybe it's like when I go to ongaku kitari raibu. I wonder, because it says the English translation is when listening to music and going to concerts, but it seems like in Japanese, ongaku kitari is the only part that really refers to music at all. And then raibu, kitari raibu. I want to hear how she says it because it might be relevant. Oh man, she is saying it with a bit of a mumble. Comments on it. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it at that for this card. Itari suru, I'm not sure what that means exactly, but it seems like something like go to. And itari suru toki might be like when I go to live music. When I go to listen to live music maybe would be a different translation to that. I don't know why they translated it this way exactly. But it might have something to do with the way this is conjugated. There might be some sort of other connotation there. I don't know. But I am out of coffee. So I'm going to, real quick, I just add text. Here we go. Create new text. Where did that go? Here it is. And then that needs to not be that color. And then is there a way to get a drop shadow on that? No? Okay. That's barely legible, but it'll do. back, and I have coffee. All right. Cool. Yeah, so I think we'll call that good for now. Maybe I'll learn more about that later. So I guess, I don't know, do I want to keep going with this video or do I want to change it? Well, if I'm planning on getting 20 different sentences, then I need to that seems like a good sentence. Because I was just drinking and having fun. Okay. Let's go with that. Okay. 今楽しく Okay. 今 Okay. 今Yep. Indeed. 楽しくEnter. 楽しく飲んでYes. That one. 来たからです。来たからです。Yep. I want to hear him say it again. 楽しくできなかったです。今I wonder if that ano is just like a hold on. Ima ano. I think that ano is maybe just like a pause. Ima. Let's see what that means. Come off that now. Okay. Ima, or just now. So that's probably what it means in this context. Because he says, I was just drinking and having fun. Ima, tanoshiku nonde kita kara desu. Kara. Kita. Kara. So, I do know that kara, I think I have a bigger version of this somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Kara means origin. So you put that after a word that is indicating where something is from. So, kita kara desu. Let me see. Kita. Kita. North. I don't know if that's exactly what that means. Kita kara desu. Kita. Nonde kita kara desu. Ima tanoshiku nonde kita kara desu. Kita. I wonder if that might be some sort of slang, because I doubt he's saying he came from the north just now. Let me look for tanoshiku, because I know that's probably like tanoshi, fun. Tanoshiku. Tanoshi. It's got to be an inflection of that. Tanoshiku. Ku. No. So this is one of the drawbacks of just using like a dictionary app. Maybe there's some dictionary apps that do a better job of this, but it seems to me like this one doesn't do a great job of like giving you context. If you put in a word like tanoshiku, it'll give you the base form of that, tanoshi, but it doesn't do a great job of giving you like the full context. It just has this screen where it has like tanoshiketa and tanoshi and tanoshikunai. I'm not sure how that would be pronounced natively, but tanoshiku. We may never know, to be honest. Ima ano tanoshiku. So ima, just now, ano. Ano tanoshiku. Like, I know it's like an sort of situation, like they're saying over here, but I think in this case he might have actually been saying something relevant. I don't know. Nande. Not nande, but like nonde, I guess. Let me search that one up. Let me search it up in hiragana. Non-de, which we decided was this. Nomu. Okay, so the kanji is basically nomu, and this is a form of that. Here it is. Nonde, pass. So I was just drinking. Nonde. I think that's good enough to... Oh, I haven't even started on this. Okay. Nonde. Well, I could put it like that too. Nonde. Equals. Was drinking. There we go. Let me actually finish writing this out. Ima ano tanoshiku nonde kita kara desu. Because I was just drinking and having fun. Because I was just drinking and having fun. Was drinking. I shouldn't put that in hiragana because I'm not going to know what it says. Nonde. Was drinking. Nonde. And I'm going to put form of nomu because I already know that word. Yeah, I'll do this. Past tense of nomu. Nomu. There we go. Just occurred to me, my typing sounds are probably incredibly loud because it's right next to my mic. Oh well. Nonde, past tense of nomu. Nonde. Kita. I know I just looked this up, but what the fuck does kita mean? North, right. Kita kara. Kita kara. Kita kara. I just have to wonder if that's some sort of slang. Hitakara. Nonde. Drinking from the north. I don't know. Maybe that is what it means. Maybe he was just drinking north of here. He's just stumbled out of a bar somewhere north of here. Either way, I think that's fine. I mean, I already know what tanoshi means. Tanoshiku, I don't know what that exactly means, but ima ano, I should probably put down ima as well. Just now. That's a good one to know. Alright. We're up to a grand total of 3 cards now. 5 cards. Right. That's what I meant. 3 cards this session. Alright. Alright, I'm not going to write this one down. But I just want to know. So, nonderu. Nonderu. I wonder. I wonder if that is a more specific form of nonde. Nonde. I mean, I'm not seeing it here, but I wonder if that's like some sort of, you know, past whatever. I was never good at grammar in school, but some sort of other form of nomu, nonde, because we already figured out that nonde is past tense, and nonderu, I wonder if that's like past continuing or past like theoretical, something like that. And then what's nakama? Probably like buddies, right? So it says when I'm drinking with my buddies, so it's probably not ma nakama, with my buddies, to co-participant, yeah. I love these moments where I can like actually figure stuff out just by the context. That's how you actually learn languages. So probably like ma nakama to, it's like with my friends. Nonderu, drinking. Toki desu, when I am doing that. Sick. I'm not going to write that one down, but that's good context. Tomodachi, oh, hold on. Tomodachi to watteru toki toka. Tomodachi to wakeru. So this time he said tomodachi, which is friends. It's probably just like a slightly more formal version of friends than the other guy was using. It's so awkward just walking up to people on the street and asking them questions like that. Maybe that would be a good one. Or maybe I should back it up slightly. I don't know. Should I write this one down? It's different from what I have so far. it wouldn't be awful to get something like this, because like most of this I've already got somewhere, but it's in just sort of different forms. I guess I don't really have anything about laughing. Warau. Toki kana. Kazoku minade warattru. I don't know. Some of this stuff is formatted really strangely. Like, I don't think they need that apostrophe there. I could be wrong, though. Maybe in Romanji that means something in particular. Waratteru toki kana. Toki kana. I'm a little curious what kana means, but I'm sure it's just some sort of form of des. Kana. I see. Okay, so it's like more of like a uncertain sort of ending to a sentence. That's funny. So they've translated it as when all of us are laughing as a family. But it's really more like, I guess. When all of us are laughing as a family, I guess. Kana? That's probably a good one to remember. Okay, I'm convinced. Kazoku. 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 Mina. De. Waratteru. Waratteru. Indeed. Toki kana. Toki. Toki. Kana. Kana. Just leave it like that for now, I guess. I don't know if it's I don't know if there's any kanji for that that's particularly relevant, but kazoku, kazoku, minna de warateru toki kana, toki kana. When all of us are laughing as a family. When all of us are laughing as a family. I kind of don't think that's correct. Because kazoku mina... I mean, I'm not going to, like, fight over it because I don't know what I'm talking about, but kazoku, family. Kazoku, and then mina I know means like just like people or like everybody or like a group of people, I guess. So it's more like when everyone in the family is laughing. Which I guess is like in spirit it's the same thing, but I'm splitting hairs a little bit. Out of curiosity, de. Kazoku mina de. De. There's two de. I'm thinking this is like a tertiary meaning of de. The location of an action, maybe. The means or material. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Limit or scope, perhaps. I don't know. Kazoku mina de. Anyway, when all those are laughing as a family. So I already know warau means laughter, and kazoku, I'm going to put down kazoku equals family, and kana equals I guess. Kana. I wonder. Yeah, I mean, here they in their example sentence it says, I guess I should go to the hospital as an example. So I think I guess is a pretty reasonable translation of that. Go ahead and add it. That seems like a useful sentence, but it's pretty long, so I don't think I can use it. Maybe this one might be useful. Kazoku de ryoko ni korete shiwase da natte omoimasu. So omoimasu is definitely something I've heard before, but I don't really know. Omoi. Was it omoi? That one. Omoimasu. Maybe it's like that's what I think, right? Omoimasu. Let me maybe if I just translate I think. Omo. Well, it's not, it's one of those examples where I think maybe Google Translate is not the best way to do this. Unless maybe this works. Why is it sometimes in katakana? I don't want it to be in katakana. Omoimasu. Boop. Think. Well, thanks. Not exactly what I was hoping to hear, but sure. Omoimasu, I think. Kazoku de ryoko ni korete. I'm happy because I could travel here with my family. Kazoku de. So kazoku de is with my family. Ryoko. Travel, probably. Ryoko ni. Ryoko ni, ni, I forget what that particle is about, but where's ni, time, or destination? Ryoko ni. Maybe that's something like here. Korete shiwasu. Let me look up Ryoko. Ryoko. I've already forgotten if it has a U or not. It does. Ryoko. Ryoko trip, journey, excursion, tour. Okay. So Ryoko ni. Interesting. So I think it's more like I'm happy because I could take this trip with my family. Right? Because Ryoko, it means like it's a noun. It's not, because in this sentence it says I'm happy because I could travel here, and travel is like the verb. But this Japanese sentence is completely differently constructed. Like ryoko is like a trip, so it's like I'm glad that I could take this trip. And omoimasu is I think with my family. Kazoku de. で、そこで、maybe it's this. I don't really understand this particle. Okay, well, I think I am going to use that one actually because there's a lot in that sentence that I don't quite understand. So, why? There must be a hotkey to switch from there to there. Anyway. 家族であるよ旅行にこれてjust regular これて幸せ did I have that before? I seem to recognize that kanji. 幸せだなって思います家族でI need to go back. Alright, I'm happy because I could travel here with my family. Alright, so key points here equals I think, and which one was it? Was it Ryoko? Yeah, Ryoko. Ryoko equals trip. I suppose I'll put that in parentheses as well. Okay, Ryoko trip / travel. Right. Yeah, I think that's an interesting one because, yeah, the English translation is totally structured differently than the original sentence. Because in English, the I think part of that would not be like the main verb of the sentence. Yeah, that's interesting. Omoimasu. So like the Ryoko, like they have to like use a noun there instead of a verb. Okay, anyway. That's about right, I suppose. Alright, I've been streaming for an hour, and I've only gotten, how many cards? 7 cards, and I already had 2. So I only did 5 cards. My goal of 20 was a little bit ambitious, I think. But I think I learned a lot. I mean, Toki means time. Omoimasu means I think, stuff like that. I mean, that's why you do the sentence mining, is because you're going to learn a lot more hearing words in context than you are just learning like individual words by themselves. So I think that's going to be it for me today. You know, I hope I can do this more often, but I'm not holding out too much hope. This is more of an experiment and a reason to stream, just to keep it sort of in the habit. That's not how you say that in English. I'm so bad at English. Why do I think I can learn Japanese? Jesus. But yeah, I think that'll be it for today.